Hello again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener. Well, a little personal tale here. Back in 1973, my dad had returned from his third tour of Vietnam, and Mom and Dad bought that little house in Coronado, which is a suburb of San Diego, and soon thereafter we planted a little redwood tree right in the front yard because they loved to take us hiking in the redwoods of Northern California. The year was 1974, and for many years thereafter, that tree became the backdrop for all of our family photos. Every time it was time to take a family photo, it was out to the tree. And so the years went by and the tree struggled because drought came to Southern California in the late 1990s. And year after year, the tree slowly died because of all the drought. We just couldn't keep it watered enough. Today, unfortunately, a big storm came along and finally knocked it over. The poor tree, its root system had withered away despite all of our efforts to keep it watered, and the rain just came with some fierce winds and dropped the redwood tree right on my parents' house. Now, fortunately, Mom and Dad were in the back when it happened, so nobody was hurt, and the house sustained almost no damage. It broke one shingle on the roof. My dad, when he re-roofed that house 30 years ago, re-roofed it with thick plywood and really built the heck out of that house. So there was almost no damage. So the city came out and actually very kindly cut a hole to a pathway to the door so at least Mom and Dad could get out of their house. And then the next morning, the big boys showed up with their giant crane. And these are the guys from Homestead Tree Service. They rolled in, and I've used Homestead several times. I recommend them to my clients. They're a really good tree company here in San Diego, the guys at Homestead Tree Service. Anyway, they brought in the big boom truck to carefully trim all the branches and then attach a crane to the tree to lift it safely and carefully off the roof of the house and lower it down to the grass below, where they cut it into smaller pieces. And my dad decided to keep a 12-foot section because he wants to actually do some redwood. So we're looking for a miller here in San Diego who's going to take that big log away and mill it into some really nice redwood 2x4 or 2x6 pieces that he'll use for some woodworking project. He loves to do some woodworking. The other ones, we saved a few souvenirs for ourselves, and next week we're going to be replanting a magnolia tree in the front yard in its place. But unfortunately, it was time to say goodbye to an old friend. We loved that little redwood tree. We really enjoyed it for all those 45 years, but it was time to find a new tree. And that's the way life goes. Life goes on. Well, that was my little story of my little tree. And I want to thank you so much for watching. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks again. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And we will see you next time.